everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Game 4 of Lucid's 2022 tournament where we are playing Nazca. I did the whole thing. I thought about it while I was doing it. This is turn 10, and we've had some interesting developments in this turn. So, let's see what's happening, right? We've done our cast of Summon Contours, very nice. And then we found 3 magic sites in Bara. Wow. That's a lot of magic sites to find on a Air 1, Nature 1. Wolfolk, Grove of Fertility. Wolfolk, Grove of Fertility. We just... Whoa! Okay. On one hand, I'm like, that's awesome. We just gained +3 gem income. That's dope. But on the other hand, I'm like, none of that was what we wanted. None of that was air, and we didn't find anything in the other province that we were site searching in. So, kind of looking the gift horse in the mouth at this moment. Okay, nice. Nature income +3. Cool. Gym income for the turn. Nature +3. Yay. Nice. Happy about that. But, you know, would have been nice for one of those wolf oaks to be an air site. Would have been really neato. I guess we can maybe use nature to trade for air, or I mean, we're probably going to go up alteration a little bit. Maybe people won't be expecting us to have like a bunch of swarm casters. Maybe we can just produce a bunch of Paquos and have some, you know, crazy amount of swarm casters. I don't think that's really going to be super useful for us though, because like take the people that were around, right? Van's not gonna care, right? Especially because I think he, if I'm remembering correctly, is a +15 poison resistance plus, right? That's not gonna matter. The giants aren't gonna care about swarm, generally speaking. Agartha might, but Agartha's probably also going to go pretty heavy into magma children. Magma children aren't getting shit about swarm. Right, so like that's probably not that big of a deal. I don't know. This is nice, but hopefully it'll be nicer for trade to get us some of the things that we actually want, rather than just, you know, just being nature. Just being nature. Alright, anyways, we have a battle in Miratrand. This is where we combined our forces. We have an Inca here to bless everything. Just a bunch of deer tribe, but it's a bunch of deer tribes, so let's see how this actually goes. Oh, we got some shots fired. Up in the air. Somebody got hit. Coming on down. We did not execute that attack rear very well. That's unfortunate. Getting sleep clouded. Oh, he's right there. This looks like it's okay, but it also looks like we're taking a few unnecessary casualties. Not the greatest drop there. Yeah, I say a few unnecessary casualties. We lost 3 condors and a condor warrior over that. That's not great. And this is a great example of like critical mass. This army is pretty big at this point, but it's just because it's not bigger than the enemy army, it has a hard time doing a full surround on the Alpha Strike, on the drop. And because it has a hard time doing that on the drop, it actually gets withered down. Like, our units, even our Condors at 18 HP, are not very defensive units. They will get popped. So, that's unfortunate, but that is still a victory. Battles for the turn, 1 win versus Indies. So we've got that going for us. We got some events. I say some events. We have an event. An event in Bara. A few ice crystals of fantastical proportions have fallen in the province. So 8 water gems. Alright, events this turn. Water +8. Cool. I'm getting a lot of big size over here, considering I'm getting all this free shit. The size are because none of the free shit is the free shit that I want. It's not money. It's not air gems. It's not infrastructure. I guess we got 1 lab. That's nice, right? That saved us 500 G, right? We're not getting astral. We're getting a little bit of death, right? So that's okay. It's just really like, the game is just giving me stuff, but it's giving me stuff that I'm like, oh, thanks. I mean, we'll find a use for it, but alright, that's fine, I guess. Right? Like, it's very, oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, no. Okay, Unrest is still too high in Bara to fully capture all the Hatenruna that we could. We're doing some patrolling there, trying to figure things out. Alright, what is happening this turn? You see a lot of movement on the map. Specifically, we've got 3 pings going, 1 at Satala, 1 at CERN, and 1 at Forgotten Woods. We're just sending Caracas there to kind of see what's going on with those thrones. We are... let's talk about this. There's a small contingent here in Nephil, and there is a small contingent here in Deserts of Visions. So I'm a little scared this turn that maybe Agartha and Ashdod are going to pull the trigger, and it's going to begin. Because of that, I am pulling this Karaka back. I was going to start a fort here. We're not going to be doing that, so we're pulling back to Mighty Pillars. Probably, and this is, I'm pulling back to Mighty Pillars because my hope is that I'm just being anxious and we're not about to get attacked. Because if we were about to get attacked and he comes into Amul, then he's basically cut me off because I went to Mighty Pillars. I should be going to Forest of Pine if I want to guarantee my escape, right? Because then I could head into the capital afterwards. But I'm basically banking on the idea of I'm being paranoid. So I'm just going to go back to Mighty Pillars and probably put some stuff down there. But we'll see, right? This, though, is not... This might not be a direct attack, right? It just might be Agartha being like, well, Nazca hasn't taken this, I'm going to take it, right? So this is going to be the main focus for us this turn. We are sending in forces from all over the place to the tune of this, right? So we have Urko, this Apu, is taking the Condors from this party. And the reason why we're just doing Condors is because they're the only ones that can make it, right? So movement 20 at a minimum to get over to this location. None of the rest of our troops can make it there in time, right? So Urko's going to take all of these Condors and hope that that is going to be enough to add into the mix, right? These Condors plus all of these forces from Pakacuti, or Pachacuti? I don't know. I don't remember how to pronounce that. I looked it up one time. But plus all of the Hatenruna, basically all of the Hatenruna from Bara. Which means Bara's not going to be able to capture any Hatenruna next turn, pretty much, because the unrest is going to be too high. But we're basically... We're making that sacrifice to try to guarantee that what is here is going to be enough to take on whatever Agartha sends, if Agartha does even send anything, right? They might just be... The thing is it feels strange to me to go from here to here if your intention is not then to go up to Old Man Mountains, right? They could be setting something up, or be intending on heading south, or who knows, right? But it feels like, yeah, we could poke at some Wolf Tribe. They're just Wolf Tribe, right? So we have a force of a little over 100, about 120 units coming in here. Most of it is Hatenruna, which is not great, but we do have a strong-ish sacred core of, what is this, 48 sacreds. So that, 48, 52 sacreds, actually, because we have the 2 supayas coming in. So if that hits, it should do okay. We also have, this Karaka has the Scepter of Authority on there, and it's just on advance and cast spells, so that he can, burn some Agarthan light infantry if he gets an opportunity to. This is mostly like, I'm trying to do better about using miscellaneous pieces of equipment that I don't really have any purpose for. Might as well throw them on rando commanders and see if they can accidentally get some stuff done. Could work out. Probably won't amount to anything. So we'll see how that goes. So that's the big ticket news. So on one hand, we should be taking Old Man Mountains. On the other hand, we might be having a bump. War might be getting started between Agartha, Ashdod, and us, etc., etc. But who knows, right? We could also be getting Elfed next turn. I have no fucking clue. So that's unfortunate. We're also going to go ahead and take what remains of this other army, the Kusi army, that can't get over to Old Man Mountains, and we're going to go ahead and attack Toledo. This does risk getting some diseases and stuff like that, but it should be fine. The big thing is if our leader gets diseased, and we do have a Pakwo to remove diseases there, so if we need to, we'll do that. Other movement, we are moving our Akla up here to Forest of Pine to search, and we're moving our Pakwo up here to Mighty Pillars to search. Again, just trying to kind of cross our fingers and find some fucking air sites, because, my god, we need more air. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Other news, research is going to continue this turn with our god. We'll finish out Evocation 2, and then we're actually going to run up Alteration really quickly. This is going to get us a couple of things, but very specifically, it gets us aim, right? Which gives us a better chance of being able to firebolt people, if that is something that we want to do. It gets us bark skin, which we can potentially utilize for some random things. And it gets us personal luck that we can utilize on some of our Huron priests or on some of our Koyas in the future. This also is mostly just a jumping off point, because if we are about to get attacked by Ashdod and Agartha and or Van or what have you, I don't think we're going to be able to make the run to Conjuration 5, and I think I've talked about this. I'm not sure Elementals are really going to help us out very much against all three of them. Some Elementals here or there obviously would be useful, but I don't think this is going to be a big enough deal. What might help us, though, is having the right evocations or having the ability to thug somebody, right? So going up Alteration, we're definitely going to want Alteration eventually, so grabbing a level, basically I just put that here for overflow, right? So grabbing a level in Alteration or using it as a springboard to go higher into Alteration is probably going to be pretty useful for us. So. That's it for movement and for the grand scale of things, I believe. We still don't know who our water neighbor is. We see a bunch of heavy cav over here, which is very unfortunate. We don't like that. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for those things. So, let's jump into recruitment real quick. We got a little bit of recruitment going on. Mostly things are back to normal. So, we've got 1 Huron Priest, 1 Scout, 4 Condor Warriors, 7 Alcac Spearmen, 4 Heavy Infantry, and 2 Supayas is the lineup for this turn. And let's go take a look at some of those. I think, so again, more Scouts because I'm Scout obsessed. Again, more Heavy Infantry because I'm convinced that we're going to get got in the very near future, and having 20 or 30 Heavy Infantry to help hold a breach or a line or on guard commander or something like that could be useful, could actually turn the tide depending on what we're trying to accomplish, right? Aside from that, everything, I think the only new thing is the Huron Priest, right? So we're throwing out a Huron Priest. Huron Priests are very good for us. Good inherent mage and death 2, depending on the randoms that they get, can be very useful for other things. We can get a good strength of giants caster, those types of things. But we're also just interested in site searching, research, but I don't want to. I don't want to spend money on Aklas if I'm not going to. We need power at the moment. Words hard. I think we need more. We need to focus more on power at the moment. Huron Priests are better combat mages, generally speaking, though right now I think probably the Aklas are better combat mages for what we have access to. But in short order, I think with some alteration, Huron Priests are going to be better combat mages potentially, because they can kind of thug themselves out a little bit, right? And we also, I want some Huron Priests because I want to start site searching for death. And in point of fact, we actually have Dark Knowledge already, and we already have an income of 2 death gems thanks to the ruins of the old empire. We're 99% sure that there's death sites here, or a death site here in Toledo, right? So if we get a Huron Priest next turn, use a Dark Knowledge on Toledo, that's probably going to net us another death gem, so we're that much closer to just being able to Dark Knowledge all of our land, because, you know, once you hit 4 income, you can just do it every single turn without actually losing anything. So, yeah, that's the generalized game plan, I believe. Other things adjacent to recruitment, Hatan Runa captured this turn 22. So, not bad. Not as good as last turn, but not bad. Still able to produce a fair amount fairly quickly. One of the things that we could do as we run up alteration is if we can get to alt 5, Wooden Warriors could be a pretty big boon for us. Our god can cast it if necessary. We can have Pakwas cast it by giving them a nature gem, which we should have plenty of nature gems, right? So these are all decent-ish options, and giving our Condor Warriors 10 natural protection actually boosts them up to a seemingly defensible position. Even our Hatan Runa getting 10 natural protection is pretty nice, right? Like, it's not end-all be-all. But they've got full armor, so it's pretty okay, right? So yeah, anyways, that is the general idea of this turn. Lots of arrows moving around, but not really a lot of actual stuff happening. We're moving kind of southward with our scouts, by the way, because I kind of want to see who is to the south of Ulm, to the north of Van. And I'm also just really kind of interested. We're putting more scouts down towards Agartha, because if I don't get attacked by Van or Ashdod, right, I might just attack Agartha anyways, because Agartha is a significantly better matchup for me than Ashdod or Van is. I don't expect to have that liberty to choose, but, you know, I might, right? It might honestly be a situation where Van or Ashdod are just busy doing other stuff, right? Who knows? If I can coordinate with other people, I might be able to get some monkeys on their back type situation. So we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I think that's going to be it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye, everybody. Hey, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.